Join us for a month of Pride stories on News 6 and clickorlando.com.
Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 4 p.m.
Now at 4, a shooting near the airport that started, police say, with a man trying to get on an airplane. But first, storms for your Friday night. This is News 6 at 4. I'm Lisa Bell.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
And I'm Julie Broughton. Another round of rain is moving through after yesterday's weather whipped up a brief tornado touchdown in the Melbourne area. Just look at the new surveillance video. A report from the neighborhood in minutes. But first, let's get to Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells with a check of the radar. And these storms fired early today, Tom.
They did indeed, Julie, which hopefully means they'll wrap out of here fairly early, too. This is what it looks like right now on radar from Gainesville all the way down to the eastern side of Marion County. Pouring rain, lightning strikes. South side of Kissimmee down to St. Cloud, lighter rain, but you get to the southern part of Osceola County, and all of a sudden, kaboom, big lightning here all the way over to southern Brevard County. Some of these areas still need the big rain. You know, we've been in the drought for so long. I hate to complain about showers. No one wants a repeat of that brief tornado we had yesterday, but these showers are pretty heavy. The lightning is intense, and for the most part, I think they're going to wrap out of here fairly early this evening. Here's downtown Orlando. Right now, our temperature is down at this hour compared to recent days because of all the arrival of the rain and the outflow boundaries. Light Orlando delivering Hope Camera. We are at 84 degrees. The big story of the day that we'll talk about more of the tropics. I'll talk more about this wave that is set to become Beryl, Tropical Storm Beryl to begin, but develop into a tropical system and then break out the rain chances and the heat for your weekend.
Tom, thank you. New details on a shooting near the Melbourne International Airport. The police chief says airport officers shot a man who tried to breach a fence. It happened around 9 this morning right off Harry Sutton Road, marking the second officer-involved shooting in the city in just a matter of days. News 6's James Sparvero has the latest.
An update just in from NASA on the Boeing Starliner's extended stay at the International Space Station. What was supposed to be a week in orbit has now turned into nearly a month for two astronauts. After a briefing today, there's still no return date. The team hopes to conduct more testing at the start of next month before finalizing the departure.
The Supreme Court ruled on a key case connected to the January 6th Capitol riots. In a 6-3 ruling, justices sided with a Pennsylvania man who challenged an obstruction charge against him. The High Court decided its use must include proof the defendants tried to tamper with or destroy documents. Some 350 rioters were charged with the obstruction crime, which can add up to 20 years to a prison sentence, including 3 Central Florida people. It's unclear how prosecutors will proceed in those cases. Meantime, the Supreme Court also issued a ruling allowing local communities to ticket homeless people for sleeping outside. News 6's Catherine Silver is exploring how this move solidifies a recent law passed in Florida. Her report is coming up at 5.
President Biden and former President Trump are returning to the campaign trail now that the first presidential debate is in the books. Jared Hill reports from Atlanta and the battleground state where the debate took place. Former President Trump is courting voters in Chesapeake, Virginia today as he looks to make a play for that state. News 6 political analyst Jim Clark will join us at the bottom of the hour with more reaction to the debate.
With a Monday deadline looming, a state task force voted today to send a report to legislators outlining its plans to build Florida's Black History Museum in St. Johns County, not Eatonville. We told you yesterday town leaders in Eatonville called on the community to weigh in during today's hearing, which has remained second on the list. Task Force Chairwoman Geraldine Thompson from Orange County voiced her displeasure with today's decision.
We sought input from the public. They gave us their input, and I don't see that it carried any weight with regard to what the recommendation was.
I do not agree at all with the statement that it was not given any weight or that people's responses to the survey was not considered by me.
The proposed site is expected to handle a 100,000 square foot facility or larger. The final decision will rest with the state legislature.
Neighbors are bracing for more storms today after yesterday's severe weather spawned an EF0 tornado. News 6's Mark Lehman joins us in Melbourne with a better look at the storm's power and the damage left behind.
Video from a security camera shows the moment when a tornado swept through the Exora Park neighborhood in Melbourne. Damon Hodem was in his yard when it happened.
5 seconds later, started getting windy. I come back in and then boom, something hit my house. Just let the big whole ceiling came down, ceiling fan crashed on the floor.
That ceiling fan was taken to the curb this morning, and Damon took us inside to give us a closer look at the damage. Outside, trees were uprooted and his fence was destroyed.
What's going through your mind when all this is happening?
Just get my mom and my dogs to safety out of there. Never been through a situation like this before.
To give you further idea of the strength of this storm, there was a carport tent in the driveway of Damon's home where the winds got a hold of that, sent it airborne and across Sarno Road and ended up right over here off of Tompkins Street. Now, this is the next neighborhood over. Damon says this was also weighted down, but despite that, the tent still went flying.
Here you can see the canopy being dragged down the road. The video was taken from the home of Bradley Ward.
When was the point that you realized you might have been in danger?
Well, when I seen the neighbor's roof get ripped off, that was the number one point there. I took the wife and the daughter and put them in the bathtub immediately.
Several homes saw carport, roof, and siding damage. Power was also knocked out for nearly 12 hours. According to the National Weather Service, the EF0 tornado was on the ground for less than 3 minutes and carved a path of about a quarter mile. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
All in all, everyone's safe that I know of. So,
well, and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
In Melbourne, Mark Lehman, Getting Results, News 6.
Still ahead, bicycles on the road and what the law says about riding against traffic.
To receive answers your traffic safety questions, but first.
It's the hottest selling condiment right now, figuratively and literally. I'm Michael George with why hot sauce is having a moment.
Hadn't hot sauce always been a big thing? It was for me. Hey, wind speed and direction. East Coast sea breeze here, West Coast sea breeze here. In the middle, kaboom, big showers. I'll be back to pinpoint the rain for you and talk about your weekend.
You're watching News 6 at 4, Getting Results. We will be right back.
During the break, we are streaming live on Facebook. Search Lisa Bell News on Facebook right now.
News 6 Insider is sponsored by Orange County Library System.
There's no other state with weather like Florida.
Or drivers.
We both live here. We love it here.
Not only am I Floridian and grew up here in Central Florida, but I patrol these streets right here in our area. It's not always about enforcement. It's about making sure you get to where you're going safely.
Personally, my mornings are always just so hectic with the kids, so I like to deliver the weather that's quick, simple, and effective. And as Floridians, we know what we're talking about.
You gotta watch before you go.
Discover the magic of color at Crayola Experience, Orlando's most colorful hands-on. Live with Lisa Bell, Julie Broughton, Ginger Gadsden, and Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. You're watching WKMG, Getting Results at 4 p.m.
America is hot for hot sauce. The spicy condiment is flying off store shelves like never before, and experts have a few theories as to why.
So right now, the most popular brands are Tabasco and Frank's Red Hot. Michael George looks into the fire behind the hot sauce boom.
I mean, if you're from the South, hot sauce is just a thing. You just always have it on the table like salt and pepper.
Put it on your eggs.
Everything. There's a Beyonce song where she has it in her purse. She carries it everywhere.
Well, and as we know, there are different levels of hot in a hot sauce. Yeah. A small business here in Central Florida has been growing with the hot sauce wave. Spice is Nice in downtown Sanford is run by Dino Ferry, who's had his own handmade sauce featured on the show Hot Ones. Florida Foodie got the whole story when we hit the road to Sanford earlier this year. Check out the episode. It's on clickorlando.com and the News 6 Plus streaming app. He has been here at News 6 as well. And he has some sauces that you won't be able to speak after tasting those. Your whole face, your whole body's on fire. Right? So by the way, next week, News 6 is taking our newscasts on the road again, this time at Lake Eola in Lake Eola Park in downtown Orlando. Join us from 4 until 7 next Thursday, the 4th of July, as we put the spotlight on the 32801 zip code and celebrate everyone getting results in our community.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
I assume it's going to be hot.
Yes.
I think it's
like those sauces. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I've got the 7-day forecast. Rain chances are pretty stiff between now and then, but they dial back this much for the 4th of July.
Okay.
I mean, I like hot sauce as much as the next guy, but Do you like it when you can't taste the food?
No, it's not fun.
That's the problem for me, too. I love spicy food, but I want to be able to taste it. Here we go to Ocala. Ocala is dry. Dunellen's had some rain over here in the corner. Now it's moving this way. And the biggest showers from Marion County over into Palatka area through Putnam County, getting close to Flagler County. We'll continue to watch those. Down to the south, here's where things get interesting. All the way from just west of Satellite Beach, west of Palm Bay, all the way down to the county line there. We've got big rain falling through parts of Brevard County, and it's marching closer to the coast. Now, unlike yesterday, that East Coast sea breeze was pinned, but on the move over here today, it looks like it hasn't had a chance to develop more than just a little bit right here. So I'm hoping things don't rage like they did yesterday afternoon, because we got a lot of rain to get through here in the next couple of hours. Once we get past about 7:30, 8 o'clock, I think we'll wrap it up. Now, to the tropics. This is going to become Beryl. It just is. This is the way it looks right now. You see the big cloud deck is starting to take on that screaming eagle look, starting to have that style of what you would consider to be a big tropical storm. Tropical models bring it all the way over toward the Lesser Antilles and turn it into a tropical storm or hurricane as it rocks its way through the Caribbean. I think it's going to be pretty big by the time it gets over here. From the location it is this far south, chances are it doesn't come to Florida. Chances are it doesn't. Like, maybe 1 in 10 will come our way from that position. For the most part, I think it's going to shoot the gap and stay farther to the west. Tropical storms, big hurricanes, they tend to go west this time of year all the way through about the middle of August. We'll keep an eye on it for you. Now, downtown Orlando for the moment. Light Orlando delivering Hope Cam. It is 84 degrees. Daytona Beach, Daytona Toyota, DeLand Kia camera temperature readings 87. Wind is from the east at 9. Temps where you live, smoking hot from Leesburg to Claremont at 90. Everyone else has had a rain shower, an outflow boundary, a little cooler air coming through. But high pressure is the dominant feature. Tonight, this is radar by 8 o'clock. We're wrapping it up. Things are calming. You'll have a nice, pleasant Friday evening. And then tomorrow, a really hot day. Much of the big rain pops early from the west along 75 and gets into the heart of the viewing area by 3 or 4. And we have a good afternoon rain, I hope. Your lawn probably still needs it. I know mine does. Come Sunday, more of the same, although the pattern shifts a bit. And on Sunday, all the big rain pops in the middle and comes back to the west coast. So on Sunday, the beach day should be the east coast, not the west. Lows tonight, 70s all over. Here in the city, beautiful. I'm calling the overnight low 78. Here's tomorrow.
Your forecast is sponsored by Freedom Health Medicare Advantage plans.
All right. Daytime high tomorrow, about 90 or a little above. And look at the rain chance. 60% tomorrow. Same on Sunday. 95 with a 60% chance of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's get to Thursday, 4th of July. Downtown fireworks. Rain chances are 50%. You know you're going to be dodging those showers.
Of course. Tom, thank you. All right, these afternoon thunderstorms can seemingly pop out of nowhere. When you're on the go, get weather anytime with your phone with a free News 6 Pinpoint Weather app. Search WKMG in your app store.
Sharing the road with cyclists can be tricky at times.
But there are rules drivers and riders must both follow. Coming up, Trooper Steve explains why you should never ride a bike against traffic. You're watching News 6 at 4, getting results. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Light Orlando, delivering hope together.
Well, if you are planning on hitting the beach this weekend, hope you like people. Prepare for crowds.
News 6's Molly Reed found out how New Smyrna Beach is getting ready for a wave of tourists as millions of people make their way to Florida for the July 4th holiday.
Then all new at 5, meet the veterans who served their country, came home, and are now serving their community. I'll introduce you to Ryan Lockwood and Luke Pendergrass in our latest story on the road in downtown Orlando. Stay with us. We'll be right back with your top stories and a check of your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Roofclaim.com, your easiest roof ever.
Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 4:30.
A dirty discovery on a Volusia County road. What's in these bags that has 3 people in trouble with the law and the detective work that led deputies to find them?
But first, preparing for holiday crowds on the coast. We're heading into one of the busiest weeks all year in New Smyrna Beach. Glad you're with us. I'm Julie Broughton.
I'm Lisa Bell. This is News 6 at 4:30, getting results.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. Police are gearing up for thousands to pour in for a 4-day holiday weekend with July 4th next Thursday. News 6's Molly Reed is on Flagler Avenue with a look at what's in store.
3 men are facing a felony charge accused of dumping more than 800 pounds of trash near a wildlife area. A grocery store receipt helped deputies track them down. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office just shared this video. Deputies say they received a call earlier this month about the dump near the Lake George Wildlife Management area. According to the Sheriff's Office, while they were cleaning up the mess, a deputy noticed a Winn-Dixie receipt for tuna and water along with the empty can. Authorities went to the store and checked out camera footage leading to a suspect and suspect vehicle. Here are photos. The Sheriff's Office said after further investigation, they arrested 3 men. Deputies say one of them said they knew it was a bad idea, but had just finished an insulation job and did not want to go to the dump. They all face a felony littering charge.
Well, it will not be until September before both President Biden and former President Trump return to the debate stage, this time as their official party nominees. Political watchers saw a shaky performance last night for the sitting president. Vice President Kamala Harris came to the president's defense.
Yes, there was a slow start, but it was a strong finish. And what became very clear through the course of the night is that Joe Biden is fighting on behalf of the American people.
When the president was asked if he had concerns with his debate performance, he said no, that it's hard to debate a liar. News 6 political expert Dr. Jim Clark joins us now. And Jim, there was a lot at stake, as always, for this debate. All right, Dr. Jim Clark, as always, we appreciate your insight, and we'll be touching base with you a lot over the coming months.
Thank you.
For key takeaways from the debate and everything you need to know about local elections, head to clickorlando.com/results2024.
Well, the National Hurricane Center is watching 3 systems in the tropics right now. One of them, Invest 95L, could impact the Caribbean in the coming days. And while many may be looking toward the Saharan dust to temper the tropics, meteorologist Jonathan Kaga spotlighted why that might not be the case for this system in today's WeatherWise segment.
Notice all of the orange and brown. So my mouse that's going all over the place here, that is where that dry, dusty air is. Note all of the moisture here. It's kind of fending off the drier air. Modeling, as I just showed you, wants to take the entity here and dip it even further to the west-southwest, which is going to take it further away from the dry, dusty air, allowing it to get in an environment that is more conducive for development. So again, just because all the headlines out there again show that we do have this dry, dusty air, and we do, it's out there, it's prolific, this disturbance is largely going underneath it. It came off of Africa very low, and it's likely going to be steered very low into the eastern Caribbean. So again, just keep that in mind. I don't want anyone to get a false sense of calm here that we do have a lot of dust out there, but it's largely missing the bulk of it. Another perspective here, I'm going to turn on the dust channel, and there is some dust around it, but note the thicker stuff here. That's going to be highlighted right in this general area. Our disturbance is right there. Remember, modeling, most of it had it diving down to the south before coming back up. It's largely going to miss that dust, so keep that in mind.
All right, Jonathan also talked about what the Atlantic, or why the Atlantic is looking more like an August pattern right now. And you can watch WeatherWise weekday mornings at 8 on clickorlando.com and News 6 Plus.
A new generation is discovering the famous water skiing squirrel named Twiggy.
Yeah, a video of her show at the Mall of America has gone viral, but did you know she got her start right here in Central Florida?
He actually did it in the bathtub at his house and then got the squirrel to ski, put it in the newspaper, and then, yes, everyone thought he was nuts, and then Twiggy went famous overnight pretty much.
And you know, it is more than just having fun. The important message Twiggy is sharing about water safety. That's next. You're watching News 6 at 4:30. It's Friday. Getting results. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by your Central Florida Honda dealers. It's hurricane season, and the Pinpoint Weather Team is here for you. Because when the tropics heat up, we stay focused. No hype, no noise. Just a calm, consistent, accurate weather team tracking the hurricane's path with pinpoint Doppler radar. And 3D views bring us inside the storm to help keep you and your family safe. This hurricane season, stay prepared with the New 6 Pinpoint Weather Team and the Hurricane Tracker app. New 6, getting results. News 6, the City of Orlando and attorney Dan Newlin want to invite you to watch the News 6 July 4th fireworks special. It all kicks off at 8 p.m., honoring those on the front lines of our Central Florida community. Then sit back with the family and enjoy the brilliant fireworks show at home as we proudly present the Orlando Lake Eola Fireworks live. News 6 presents Fireworks at the Fountain, celebrating a city of heroes. July 4th, starting at 8 p.m., sponsored by attorney Dan Newlin. Live with Lisa Bell, Julie Broughton, Ginger Gadsden, and Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. You're watching WKMG, getting results at 4 p.m.
All right. Take a look at live weather radar right now. Ashtabula all the way down to Montverde, getting some rain. It's about to collapse this way. I'm not sure it's going to clip you, Mineola, because it's rolling almost due east, but there's more in behind it on the south side of Mascot, Groveland, coming right into parts of Lake County. These showers are not alone. More and more of this stuff's going to come right along the I-4 corridor into parts of Osceola County, southern Brevard County getting bigger. I mean, look at Yeehaw Junction, covered up with the lightning right now. Farther to the north, we've got big rain happening up here around Putnam County, rolling toward the east. Let me put the entire viewing area on together and then roll it for the last hour or so. And you can pick out where you are versus where this stuff is going. It's marching slowly on over to the east. So a lot of you are going to get the rain. Big story in the tropics, not this wave, but this one. This should become Tropical Storm Beryl. Most any time. Could happen at 5 o'clock, could happen tonight at 11, could happen over the weekend, but it's a big system that's building quickly with another one coming in right behind it. We will keep you posted on what happens with that. Downtown Orlando, we're cooler. That wind from the east coming out of some of those thunderstorms has cooled us down. Daytime highs for the last week have been just nasty. For the moment, we're at 84 on the light Orlando Delivering Hope camera. So we're doing great. Temps where you are, still 90 from here to here, Leesburg, Claremont, but you just saw the rain threatening Claremont. Radar tonight showing the rain moving on over to the east, and in the next several hours, I think by 8 o'clock, we're done with the big scattered showers. First thing tomorrow, we get off to a pretty good start, but by the afternoon, the big rain returns. Lows tonight in the 70s all over. Right here in Orlando, the low is 78. Here is tomorrow.
Your forecast is sponsored by the Flooring Center.
For tomorrow, the daytime high is past 90 again, and the rain chances are 60% or better. Look at this week ahead. Lots of rain chances in this forecast, and daytime highs are still above normal.
Tom, thank you. All right, don't look away from your TV just yet. Check this out. People all over the world are rediscovering this furry sensation on skis. Video of Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel, performing at the Mall of America earlier this month has been going viral on social media. She's really having a moment. But what many don't know is that Twiggy and her family of trainers are from right here in Central Florida.
Florida's Fourth Estate got the whole story of how this all started.
And she did a great job. I know.
She's so alert while she's doing it.
Listen,
you gotta be, right?
She's aware of her surroundings, making sure there are no other water skiing squirrels around.
You don't want to get injured.
Crash into them. Exactly. Honestly, I know you guys make fun of me because I have a bird feeder. I've learned so much about squirrels because of the bird feeder. They are so smart. I can watch them solve problems about how to get those seeds.
Have any skied up to your bird feeder?
No.
Okay.
Squirrels are like raptors. They are very smart.
Yeah, they really are. They are good problem solvers. So, and it was just so much fun to meet her.
I know. Well, the funny thing was, we're big fans of Anchorman. I am, the movie, and the fact that the squirrel that was water skiing was actually.
We're forever connected.
We had to do it.
Yeah. Check out Florida's Fourth Estate wherever you get your podcast and on the News 6 Plus streaming app. That's where you can find all of our episodes free to watch. Matt.
All right, ahead at 5, they served our country. Now they're serving in our community in a different way. How these two veterans you're about to see are getting results in their second act. Plus, a new Supreme Court ruling have a direct impact on Florida. The new law now moving forward, why opponents call it a cruel blow to our most vulnerable.